Okay, here we are once again. This is Father Benjamin Shockey. I'm the pastor here at St. Joseph in McPherson County. And, we're taking the time to discuss some very difficult subject matter when it comes to abortion and the church's teaching. But I think it's rather efficacious for all of us in our learning, our education, to be more informed about some of these tougher subject matters. And so with that, again, I know I keep talking about it, but I'm very appreciative of the name of this amendment to the Kansas Constitution. Value them both, because I know it's necessary that each of us always value both the mother and the child that she is pregnant with. And there is a distinction for a pregnant mother's health that is possible because of one of my heroes in the Catholic Church, St. Thomas Aquinas, and his doctrine of double effect, which some of you might be familiar with, which states that if an act fulfills 4 conditions, then it is morally acceptable. And then we are talking here about the health of the mother. If not, then it is not morally acceptable. And the first principle is that the act must be a good one. Second principle is that the act must come about before the consequences. Third principle is that the intention must be good. Fourth principle, it must be for serious reasons. That's why these are hard subjects. This is rather abstract, so let's look for an example or two. Why should we go even further than that? But a few good examples, I think, point out the obvious. Imagine that a woman is pregnant and also has inoperable uterine cancer, which is horrible in itself. The doctors have 2 choices: to take out the uterus and save the mother, but the fetus will die, or leave the fetus to develop and be born healthy, but the mother, more than likely, will die. What would Aquinas say in this instance? Using the doctrine of double effect, he would say that it is morally acceptable to remove the cancer. This is the health of the mother. This is our intention. The action is to remove the cancer. It has the foreseeable consequences of the fetus dying, but that is not what is intended. The action to remove the cancer is good. That's number 1. The act of removing the cancer comes before the death of the fetus. That is number 2. That's the second principle. The intention to save the woman's life is also good. That is the principle, the third principle. And finally, the reasons are serious, as they are about the life and death of the woman and the fetus. That's number 4. So, even though this is a case where the doctor's actions bring about the death of the fetus, it would be acceptable for Aquinas through his natural law theory, as shown via the doctrine of double effect. In the second example, we may ask, what is the church's teaching on ectopic pregnancies? Again, moral actions that produce 2 effects need to be evaluated under the Catholic understanding of the principle and or doctrine of double effect. The action must be either morally good or neutral. That's number 1. The bad effect must not be the means by which the good effect is achieved. The intention must be the achieving of only the good effect, and the bad effect can in no way be intended and must be avoided if possible. The good effect must be at least equivalent and or in proportion to the bad effect. An ectopic pregnancy occurs when the fertilized ovum implants in the fallopian tube or in some other location. A mother facing a tubal pregnancy risks imminent rupture of the fallopian tube, and thus there exists a danger to the lives of both the mother and the child. Removing the fallopian tube is considered in accordance with the principle and/or doctrine of double effect. Removing a part of the body that is about to rupture and cause the death of the individual is a morally good action. What we are talking here is about the health of the mother. The death of the child is not the direct intention of the procedure. It is the removal of the fallopian tube that saves the life of the mother, not causes the death of the child. The death of the child is not willed and would be avoided if at all possible. If, for example, reimplantation in the womb were reasonably possible. The life of the mother is, of course, equal to the life of the child. And so again, this is just a little information, very quick, very technical. And if you want more information on these subjects and these matters, I can point you towards some very good books, or I can point you towards some priests in our diocese that are in these subject matters way more educated than I am. As an example, Father John Lanzareth, no doubt, a very, very, very intelligent priest in our diocese. And so please, we live in the age of information. Get out there and educate yourselves. And if at all possible, if you're not registered to vote, get out there and register. And on August 2nd, get out there and vote. And when it comes to the amendment, the value them both amendment, vote yes, vote yes, vote yes. Thank you and God bless.